Hello everybody, welcome back to Andertons TV. We're here today. This is Max from Neural. I'm excited about this.
Yeah,
this has been a while, hasn't it? Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
I feel like we never...
Were you gonna do that, weren't you? I saw you. I saw you doing that thing.
I feel like we never get to hang out in the UK. We always just see each other in Anaheim.
Nanaheim. Finally, after how long has it been?
It feels like forever, but QC's been out since 2021.
Yeah.
We're in 2024, and now plugin compatibility, CorOS 3.0.
3.0.0
is finally here. At the moment, this is our 1A factory preset, the Brett 2203, which we all love. Like, I've come to know and love it. But this is a slightly updated version showing off some new features. But if I tap here to go into the directory, you notice we've changed the UI somewhat here.
Yeah.
If I go up to presets here, there's a new one that says plugin presets. Just tap out of that. And so
we were playing with it a bit.
Because, you know.
Because it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
When CorOS 3 drops, which is probably has happened when you watch this, depending on how fast people edit this.
Oh yeah, we're editing it as we film it.
Holy well, Godspeed. So we're launching with 2 plugins at first, and then we will very quickly release as many as we can, as fast as we can. Our catchphrase has become soon, but we really, really mean it now. So
the NAM, that was brilliant. I love that.
The NAM booth. People still message us like, what does it mean?
What does it mean? Yeah, people can't let go, can they?
We're launching with Archetype Gojira X and Archetype Plenty X.
And is that something that you have to own these plugins? Am I right saying you have to own these plugins, or you don't get any plugins for free with this when it comes out? Or?
Every QC owner is entitled to 1 free plugin.
Right.
We're giving away, I think our marketing and finance team worked out, we're giving away something in the order of 5 million euros worth of plugins to people. Not only as like a goodwill gesture, but we really care about our users, and I'm not just saying that, like, we do. No,
it's a great community. You guys got a great community, all sorts of players, live and home, whatever. There's lots of...
I'm continually surprised by where I find like our products.
Yeah. But that just goes to show that it's the product can do everything, and that's what you want it to do, right?
So, I'm gonna load up the kind of default preset from Archetype Plenty X. We're super, super proud and put a lot of attention to detail into how we lay out and like the graphic interface and like the 3D renders and
looks
stuff.
Amazing.
They're beautiful,
On the plugins,
right? And our 3D modeling team they're amazing. They make beautiful things, but those are designed to be viewed on a screen, and quite importantly, they're designed to be interacted with a mouse and with a keyboard, not quite a touch screen. The other thing as well is that the use case for plugins is very rarely are you using them live. Obviously, there's outliers to that who do.
Yeah.
So you take less care into, you know, what kind of font, like how readable is the font on bass, middle, treble, gain, right? A black knob on a black Tolex on a, like all of those things, they're fine because you've got time and you've got high resolution screen in a like controlled environment. Time is not the enemy. The situation that Quad Cortex is designed for, in most cases, is playing live, because that's where you live or die by the device. Yeah. Being able to see your signal flow from left to right, and also being able to see in high contrast, like there's my gain, there's my bass, there's my mid, there's my treble, and then have it align with these. The
physical.
In the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Was just far more important.
And this is all you need, really.
I don't think you need that here. No. But it's certainly nice to have there.
Yeah.
The other thing with our plugins, whether we make it with an artist or whether we make it with an amp brand, when you load it up, it's got a really fixed, determined signal path. This is what that signal path is. Yeah. Laid out. So this is how we designed it with Plenty. He wanted, you know, his compressor before his octaver, before his distortion. He wanted a delay before the amp, but he's determined that because that's what he wants in his sound. Yeah. The nice thing about Quad Cortex is that if I think Plenty's an idiot, which might be my opinion.
Sometimes.
I can move his pre-delay and put it elsewhere. Or I could do something like, I could put a split in here, and then we could have Plenty's amps in stereo. But that's not something that we can do on the plugin. So being able to have stuff separate. Right. That's cool. That's the joy of Quad Cortex is it's limitless. It should do what you want it to do, and then get out of your way and let you play guitar.
I've always been interested. Plenty what amp is his stuff modeled on? Because he's not an amp guy, is he?
Well, so he's used amp models on other devices for a long time.
Yeah.
The reason we don't name any of our like amps, the reason we don't work with like the brands specifically, or we don't name like, oh, it's a this, or it's like it's a Friedman, it's a Marshall, it's a Victory.
Whatever. Yeah.
The reason we don't do that is because although we try to recreate and like build their sound as they want it, we don't just leave it at what already exists. Rabia's plugin is a fantastic example of this. So Rabia wanted his Krakens, right? There's kind of no secret, that's what those amps are.
Yeah.
But with changes that you couldn't do in the physical realm. So he wanted like, I'm pretty sure there's a presence in there that wasn't in there before. Is it like a thump or like a low end thing? And then there's also two like EQ switches at the start, and that's something that doesn't exist in the real world. When it comes to, you know, when we did the Mesa Boogie suite, the mission there is that it has to be exact. Like there's not, it has to be how it is in the physical realm, and that's why it says Mesa Boogie, it says 2C+, it is what it is. Yeah. But when it comes to something like Pliny, when it comes to Rabia, Nolly, you know, dream bigger, darling. Like what... If you could have your amp do something that it doesn't do, what would it be? Because we're trying to make a product that they will genuinely use day to day, and make something that is genuinely useful for them writing music.
But so this is the Pliny. I'm not Pliny, never will be Pliny, and I'm playing Les Paul. But you know, so this is his default.
This is the default patch. So if you load up an instance of Archetype Pliny X, either in like your DAW or in standalone.
Yeah.
This is how it sounds. This is what it is.
So that's just his kind of.
So
sounds good.
Yeah. So what we've done is we've included all of our like factory presets and Pliny's own presets. This one particularly.
Let's hear one. What is this?
It's the name of a cloud.
It's the name of a cloud.
Yeah.
What kind of cloud? What does that rain then?
Cumulonimrod? I don't know.
What comes out of that cloud?
Reverb by the sounds of it.
It's very jazzy.
Oh yeah. Or yeah, he's a pretty jazzy boy.
He is.
Or good buddy Rabia Masad has made something. Angry Octave.
Oh, so you got all of these. Whoop. That's for beer slingers.
You have to chew your mouth sideways when you do it.
But this is so you get access to all of the artists who has made presets on here as well.
When you download the plugin, you get factory presets from us, you get presets from Pliny that he's made, and then you get all of the artists we've invited to do that. So all of the presets you would get factory when you download are here.
And it was pretty simple, so the process, because I did it on mine, where you have to, if you're logged in on your website and the plugins you've got, as soon as you log in with your login details on here, it just comes up and there it is, and you just click it and that's it.
That's it.
It's super simple. I love all of that thing you got with the app. If nobody knows about that, there's a little app where you can go and follow your artists and download patches and stuff. It's super cool. It's thing. It's like a little community. There's more in the new update.
There's more in the new update. Like, it's a massive overhaul, but a lot of it is kind of behind the scenes. But you'll feel it in things like the keyboard is genuinely faster because it gets faster every time.
It seemed it faster when I was using it at home as well.
It's because we get more efficient every time. But we've done things like you can now sidechain things.
Right.
So you can do sidechain compression. You can use sidechaining in gates. You can use it in an auto wah or wherever you want to use sidechaining.
That's cool.
So we've made that available. We've made new blend devices which let you blend in part of a signal. So it now means you have more flexibility and control over how much you can blend in a device. One of the funniest things I think we've done is we've included the transpose block.
Right, yeah.
So almost exactly the same as our pitch shifter block, but it's just a single control to match what's on the plugins.
it even does the whole chord. That's insane. That is insane. That's
the most metal I've heard you sound, actually.
What, with a blues lick? Like
hey, maybe there's a market for it. Do you know what? I appreciate that you downpicked all of that. That's very authentic.
It's very authentic. It is an impressive piece of kit, and it's. I guess you guys have to make something that's also future-proof for a long time. You know, you make the hardware that has to be able to stand the test of time with the updates you're bringing along. It's almost like an iPhone, you know, where you get 16 and then 17 and whatever comes in, and there's more and more in it.
I would like it not to be like the iPhone, because I want.
No, because
we want you just to have one and it be future-proof.
And but what I meant was you still get updates.
Oh,
you have to be able to update. I hope it's not going to be like the iPhone, because then you have to buy a new one every 4 years, you know.
We don't want that. Our true intention, honestly, is to support this till the bitter end.
Yeah.
Like, we want this to be new and exciting as often as possible. Like,
yeah.
I'm excited for people to get these like plug-in devices and the blend feature and the like sidechain and stuff, because I'm truly curious to see how people are going to use those. The transpose, there's a great example of this. What we've found, or what I've seen with like a lot of artists, is they're able to travel with less guitars. So you know yourself, we were talking earlier, you said you had what, 15 guitars on the
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So you had like a main and a spare of each. Like,
a couple of three acoustics, and you know,
sure.
yeah.
So like me, I guitar tech with a band, and we have 3 tunings and a main and a spare of each. So we've got 6 guitars.
Yeah.
What we've found is that artists are able to like slim down how many guitars they have to travel with, because they can just transpose.
Yeah.
So Rabia is a great example. The way he approaches tuning now, because of this, is kind of like no fixed address. So he'll be playing, you know, a riff that's down here.
Yeah.
And then it'll come to solo time and it'll go back to here. And then the next song will be like pitched up, or it'll be in standard tune. And even though he's playing just one guitar, it doesn't have to change out.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing. The other end of this as well is that, you know, if you're, you know, a young player at home, or not even a young player, if you have one guitar and you don't want to restring another one, I can't tell you how lazy I am when it comes to my own guitars. Now I don't have to.
Hey, you just want to do these Stevie Ray. When you're listening to someone on YouTube try to figure out the Stevie Ray, and you're an E and he's an E flat, you just like that, you know.
Yeah.
You just do that.
I think we've also made life easier for Floyd Rose owners.
I was watching the video you did with Rabia. So you mixed and matched like a Pliny plugin or Gojira plugin.
Yeah.
With you know, you did this whole stereo thing.
Yeah.
And then you just picked in another amp. I know it was Soldano one, but that's whatever you plug. You could have 2 different amps as well, which I thought.
Yeah.
So you can mix the plugin with one of your own captures, for instance.
Yeah. You can.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So if we create a new preset here,
and
if I go to add an amplifier, you see there's this new block here that says plugins.
Yeah.
And that's a little folder that has the plugins that you have. Obviously, we're launching with 2 plugins, but more will follow very soon.
Yeah.
Soon. And so if we do the Pliny Crunch, right?
Yeah. So so you need a cap.
Well,
so you can take any cab.
You can take any cab. So we can take the ones from QC itself. 69. I thought you'd like that.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
And then if I take a split here, and then do this, now I can mix in. Either I can take an amp from our existing.
So anything you really like. I did think this is a bit more. It's more responsive now, isn't it, than it was before as well?
Yeah, it gets a little faster every time.
I can't really read this. I'm so blind now, man. I tell you, John's. I don't know what that is, but
so JP2C.
Right, that's that John, not the other John.
And so now you're mixing plugins with stock devices. But
and you can have one. So could you have like a reverb on one side and then have the it's this new.
Yeah, it tells you where there's new stuff.
Oh, I love that. Let's see. So where are we?
Reverb.
I can't see anything, man.
So you can
talk. So you put like that on. So now one amp has got reverb and the other one doesn't.
Yeah. Little wet dry action. Let's say we wanted, you know.
Oh, that sounds nice.
So Plenty's plugin has
Yeah.
quite a nice compressor. So let's take that.
So you can pick that compressor from his.
Yeah. It's not just the amps. It's every single part. So you can mix and match from all the plugins, all the stock devices.
So if you've got his plugin and you really like that compressor, but you've got, say, the Marshall in here, whatever, the 22 to 3, whatever, you just use his compressor. That's so cool, man.
Or if you really like Plenty's amp, but you don't love his reverb and you want something a little darker, then you could use, for example, the Gojira one is a little bit darker, but also has a shimmer.
Oh! So, do you get to stand on the side of some French chalet or whatever with a harness behind your back?
It does not come with a safety harness.
It doesn't come with the guy in blue.
Can you imagine
painted blue?
Trying to do that show with all the fire and stuff, and also don't fall and die? Here's a cool thing we can show as well. So the other, like I mentioned earlier, we made these blend devices. So if I add an overdrive,
what is this pasted from clipboard? What is that then as well?
I copied the so you can copy and paste devices to make the.
Is that a new thing?
No, it's been ages. We've had that for a long time.
See, I'm just go I like that amp, I like that thing, reverb, done. That's I'm really simple
but that's perfect. Like that's. Do you know who else is like that? John Connor.
Yeah.
And he's amazing at just like that, and then he's got the sound, and then he spends time playing guitar.
Because we have him here, if you want to watch the videos, like and subscribe and all that stuff. But he just goes, he always used the jazz chorus. That's his start point, and then that's it. I love this for what it is and what it does and what I can do with it.
Yeah.
It's so user-friendly now, and it sounds so good now. You're right, I used to have the floor pod.
Yeah.
I did the Il Divo tour back in 2007 or whatever, and I had the floor pod board, and I did a whole world tour with that. I had my amp with me and my pedal board, but we ended up just using that because we were in ears and there was no amps on stage, and it was fine at the end of the day, and it sounded okay back then. This is a long time ago. This stuff is getting better and better and better and better.
It's like 4K TVs.
Yeah.
8K TV. You don't notice the incremental, or you do, but it feels incremental until you go back to older stuff.
Touring with amps now is a nightmare, right?
Oh,
yeah, because people, front of house guys, always I don't like that, and there's a convenience with having this, and you can put your set list up, and you can have all this stuff, and you can have a MIDI sync to this, and you can walk out and do a solo, and you don't have your tech coming over to the pedal board and looking out when you do a solo, and I had all that stuff,
The MIDI sync preset and scene changes is about the first time you use wireless. You're like, oh my god, the freedom.
Yeah.
And then it's that next level of freedom. You're I don't have to be there at the chorus to sing the back.
This is made for the tour, for those touring gigs. Absolutely 100%. And I would use it if I had to go back on a tour. We talked about it earlier. I think I would definitely use this if I had to go out on a tour, if it wasn't a little club tour, because then maybe it would be a different thing. But if I'm here and the drummer is 50 meters on the other side on the stage, it doesn't matter. Can't hear each other anyway.
Yeah.
So all it has to be in here, and it has to sound good, and it has to be consistent every day, and it has to be easy to use, and it has to be product that I can trust from a company like you guys, which are bloody amazing people, all of you.
Oh.
No, you are, because that's so important as well, that the brand and the people behind it are somebody you can trust, and you feel like I can work with you. And Ryan, for instance, me and Ryan talk about a lot about all this stuff all the time.
You and him are so cut from the same cloth.
And it's we are, where we like amps, right? We are old school sort of amp guys, but we get it, and this sounds good. And he's like, oh, try this. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, there's no right or wrong. It's just your way. Do you, right? The
cool thing about so we've done the blend devices. So if I add in, since you're a bluesy guy, we'll add in a blues driver. What I'm going to do is I'm going to smash the gain out of that and the volume. I now add...
Maybe we take that shimmer off. That's a bit too
If I now add
hardcore.
this blend,
Yeah.
I'll take the shimmer off.
Yeah.
So if you play... If I set the source to input 1, now what this will do with the blend all the way over, that's now removing these two. So now I can set things to 100% and then just blend into this.
Right.
Blending in more of the dry signal.
So that's like if you have a blend on a compressor pedal or an overdrive pedal, you've got a clean.
So if I wanted it just to come from the compressor and I just wanted to blend in or out this distortion, so there's the distortion all the way in.
Yeah.
So it's really useful if you want to, like, for example, if you want to set your, reverbs and delays to be massive, and then blend
them in. You can do that with an expression pedal as well. I would imagine.
Yeah. So
anything is
yeah.
Anything you can think of here, you can add to an expression, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Anything.
And multiple. Yeah. So if I wanted to assign an expression pedal here, I could simply assign an expression pedal, assign the blend, and then that's it. Now you do this, and you've got a mix for any number of different effects. I've just done it with one there, but you could do it with anything.
I mean, when you think about how much money a pedal board, that you can spend easily. I mean, an overdrive pedal can be 300 quid. You'll easily spend £1,000 before you've even.
And you should spend £1,000 at Andertons.
Yeah, I mean, if you get so much for your money here. That is incredible.
Yeah.
And this is out now, free to download.
This is out now, free to download.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely, go for it. I'm excited to see where it turns up. We've only kind of scratched the surface here. I was gonna make you play with the Autotune.
With the what?
We've got Autotune.
Okay.
We've done pitch correction. So if
for guitar?
For guitar, for vocals, for anything.
For vocals.
So we've done pitch correction. So that's chromatic at the moment. But if I go major, we can say.
Do you believe in love?
That's obviously a very extreme setting.
I can do that without it. Listen to this. But that's great for vocals as well. Are you planning on people, or are people using it for vocals as well?
Yeah. There's a band actually called Static Dress where the vocalist uses quad Cortex just to create crazy vocal effects and like weird distortions. It's a bit like kind of 9 Inch Nails. This is what I'm saying. Like we never know where it's going to turn up.
No, right. So I think we probably. Is there anything else before we sort of pack it in?
Dude, there's loads of stuff.
I can imagine this.
We've done so many things, but honestly, rather than go through all of them in detail, you'll do more videos about this.
Yeah.
We have deep dive videos that are launching that should be already out. I'm excited for people to check out. We are all genuinely, wholesomely excited and anxious to get this out and see what people think.
I can imagine. Is there anything last you want to show us? Anything you think that we need to show?
Let's jump in on another plugin preset.
Yeah, let's do Gojira. See if I can play some Gojira. I don't know any Gojira.
This is great that I get to put you on the spot. Let's see. Well, here's Joe Duplantier's rhythm.
That's very right in your face. That'll go right through an audience, like mid-range punch right in your. I don't know what to play. Do you know what to play?
No.
You like put me on the spot with Gojira riffs. That's proper.
I was gonna find you. I was gonna find you a nice like ambient thing to.
I can play blues with this. Taylor Spring said.
Give it to Max. Please.
Go for that one.
Whoa. Can you play some?
if you want.
Yeah. Let's. You plays all that stuff better than me. Do you want
plays all that stuff?
Plays all that stuff better than me. All that Gojira.
All that Gojira. I don't know if I actually do or not. Where are we?
Fat Cats. That sounded good. Hey.
There you go.
It sounds great, man. It sounds great. It's not my kind of tone, but it sounds great. Oh, I get it. I'll get there at some point. I'm going to put some Gojira on. Thank you very much for coming in and showing us this.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you guys out there get on it. Tag these guys on Instagram and make sure that you show us what you get out of it. Because now you wanted it. Here it is, right?
We've done it. Please go and enjoy. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Links are below.
Comment, subscribe.
Exactly. Thanks very much for coming in, man. It's always a pleasure. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Max.
Thank you so much.
Take care.